Hello everyone, so I thought I'd do something a bit, easygoing for you today. The last few videos have either been pretty like personal or deep issues or interviews, and not all of you are going to want to watch me being awkward with bands and stuff, so I thought I'd do a haul today. I don't do too many hauls because I always feel like it just seems too easy. There's not much to doing a haul. Like, I always feel like a bit of a cheater when I do it, but if you like them, let me know and I'll be happy to do more because it's quite easy for me to do. So let's start with my new trainers. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know what they are, but they're these Adidas Gazelles, and what's special about these ones is the little cork detail. You can see that? Yeah. I used to be an Adidas girl when I was a teenager. It was all about Adidas for me because of Deftones, Korn, Limp Bizkit. They all wore Adidas shells, and also David Beckham at that point was sponsored by Adidas as well, and I really liked him back then. So I was all about Adidas, but in the last few years I've been a Nike girl, but I'm going back to my Adidas ways, and I love these. And these were only £40. Got them in the JD Sports sale. So no, I think that's an absolute lie. I ended up getting them on ASOS. £40. And the good thing about my feet is they're size 4, so if I want to I can also shop junior sizes, which are always cheaper. So there's those. So another thing from ASOS was this t-shirt, which is kind of just a boyish loose fit. I just wanted something simple and casual, easy to wear, throw on type of item. Some days you don't want to be feeling like you're constricted and that your boobs are on show and that sort of thing, so this is just nice casual easygoing look, and it came in a set with a white one as well. I can't have enough stripes in my wardrobe. Like, I could just buy stripes every day quite happily. Such a classic look, and it's just something useful to have in your wardrobe. So check out ASOS. Actually, they have a lot of nice sets, whether you want kind of basics like this. You can get like bodies, all different type of t-shirts and things like that, so check them out for that. On to Missguided stuff. So for holiday I just wanted some kind of sliders that I could wear every day that'd be quite comfortable, look fine worn casually, but you can wear them dressily. Dressily? Is that a word? They can be dressed up. Yeah, they of course you'd do that today, wouldn't you? So yeah, because they're metallic you can kind of dress them up and they look alright for the evening as well, so they're really useful. And I also got them in silver while I was doing it. They were only £7, so I thought, oh, what the heck. Another thing from ASOS, a classic white shirt. Long sleeve, kind of baggy fit, kind of like just a men's white shirt. I think for autumn winter I'm really thinking I want to just go for kind of clean, minimal dressing. I keep seeing people on Instagram that are just, they don't overcomplicate things. It's very fussy dressing and they just always look really cool and effortless. So I think that's the look I want to go for this autumn winter. So I thought a classic white shirt is one of those things I should have in my wardrobe. Just wearing it with jeans and it just looks cool with some red lippy. Done. On to Boohoo.com. I just wanted some nice tops for festivals really, and I'm really loving kind of bardo tops and cold shoulder tops. I think there's something quite feminine and quite sexy about, showing your shoulders, particularly when they've got a bit of sun, so you've got nice freckles or just a little bronze skin on there. It's just nice to show that off while it's still there. So this is the top I got. It's a cream one. It's very jersey, like very comfortable jersey, stretchy material. It's a loose fitting one as well. But you can, what I've been doing is tucking it into my jeans just to make it a bit more form fitting. And I also got that in a black. You can see these in some of my recent videos, actually, in some of my interviews and in my, I think it was in my Reading tips video. The only thing I will say is that I've had to kind of wrap these straps around my bra strap because otherwise they fall down and then your baps are out. At one point I had one boob out when I was interviewing, which is not what you want. Another Boohoo item is this dress, which is got all different sort of prints, like all kind of put together like a quilt. I just thought the colours were really good because it's still nice for summer if you want to embrace that hippie vibe, but come autumn winter, I mean, it's got, you know, maroons, oranges, dark greens, all the colours you associate with autumn really, so that'll look just as nice if you want to team it with some boots and tights, big floppy hat, whatever. I just thought it'd be a good transitional piece. I wore that on day one of Reading and it got quite a few nice comments, I think because it matched my red hair. It was red at the time, it's kind of washed out now. But yeah, really comfortable and not too short, which is very hard to find a dress which isn't too revealing, but that I felt quite comfortable in that one. Another Boohoo thing, oh, it's inside out. Preparation egg, come on. Unless you've been lying under a rock or under all your blogging clutter for too long, you will have seen that, you know, anything with lace-up detail is pretty big in fashion at the moment, and particularly in the blogging world. I wanted a comfortable and not too revealing dress to wear at Reading Festival, so I thought this would be a nice one. And yet again, I was going for the orange because I had orange hair, and also because I thought it'll be nice for when we get into September and October as well. But when I tried it on, it was very boobylicious because this V goes quite down. Yeah, you can pull it together, but I was still kind of bursting out, so I didn't end up wearing that for festivals. So maybe I might just keep that for holidays when I've got a bikini underneath and things like that. It's also that tricky length, which is it just falls just above the knee, and if you're wearing flats, sometimes that can make you look a bit frumpy if you've got short legs like me. Now this skirt I bought because I saw YouTuber and blogger Leanne Lynn Walker wearing it in one of her pictures on one of her press trips. Just a long kind of maxi skirt with a slit. Just thought she looked so gorgeous and feminine in it. I just had to have it. This is Boohoo as well, by the way. I ordered a, what size was it? Size 8, which I thought would be fine, but I couldn't get it over my hips and my thighs. That might be because of my recent weight gain, I don't know. But I did find I could get it on if I put it on over me that way. It's not ideal, but I really can't be faffed with you know, sending it back and getting a size 10. It's actually more see-through than I thought it would be. Can you see through it? I don't know if you can see through it there. The material's not quite as nice as I thought, but it was very affordable. And it is very pretty an item, so I think that is a good purchase for holidays if you've still got a holiday coming up. Shall we go on to Primark? Let's go on to Primark. I don't know about you, but if I've got a holiday or a festival or anything like that, I go to Primark to get those last essentials, or just to get some, you know, the basic things that you want. For some reason I never end up going to the accessories part of Primark. I think because by the time I get to the cash point area at the Oxford Street one, I've got my arms full of clothes, so then I can't really be looking at jewellery and stuff, so I just go straight to the cash point. Cash point? Cash register. But this time I went to the accessories bit first so I could have a proper butcher's at what they had. Found this necklace. You see a lot of these necklaces done by a lot of the Instagram famous jewellery brands, you know, the kind of independent sellers that sell things like crystal necklaces and things with hands and that sort of stuff. These have been there a lot, but they're actually quite expensive from those shops, so I haven't bought myself one, but this was in Primark and it was only £8, which I think, with all the detail and the movement and the weight of it, is really good value. And you can see just adding it to any outfit kind of just dresses it up a bit, makes a bit of a statement. But I did make a faux pas because I wore it in some of my interviews and you could just hear it the whole time. And obviously it's not good to wear if you want to snoop or creep up on anyone because they can hear you coming. Don't know if any of you do creepy things like that anyway, but don't wear this if you do. So the dupes for Vans, I had some of these obviously for holiday, but the fella made me chuck them out because after holiday they just reeked. I don't know what it smelled like. It's kind of like, you know those beaches that smell a bit sewagey and salty? It smelled like that. I must have really sweaty feet, I don't know, but he made me throw them out, so I had to get some new ones. And they're only, I think they were £6, so when you think about how much you spend on Vans, that is a good deal. And plus, if they do get stinky again, you just throw them out and get some new ones, so they're great. And you don't have to wear these in, they're instantly comfortable, and I never get blisters, which is always a bonus. Still smelling fresh. So I've been wanting like a corduroy pinafore type thing, or dungarees, for a while, but the ones I've seen were a bit out of my price range. I fell in love with the Zara one, but I was very stern with myself and didn't let myself do it. But I found this cute, what colour would you call that? Let's just say dark red or wine coloured. I don't know what you call it. Maroon? It's not quite maroon. Anyway, corduroy pinafore dress with nice gold zip detailing, and it's got pockets. I love anything that's got pockets, so I can put more awkward hands in there if I don't know what to do with them. So I got that, and I also got it in black, and that was only £10, which is an absolute bargain. I think it's very cute, but I will say, because it's quite A-line, the length is not as flattering as it could be. I think it would look a bit better, a tiny bit shorter on me, again because I've got short legs. But for those that are looking for a dress that isn't too short, this is good for that. But yeah, great way of, I guess I could turn up the bottom if I wasn't as lazy as I am, couldn't I? I'll mull that over. Another thing from Primark is this little bag. Like I always say in my Reading tips videos, having a crossover bag like this is a really good tip, because a rucksack or anything that can be opened easily is not wise for a festival, because there are pickpockets and stuff. With this, it's big enough to put, you could probably fit in a camera, your phone, your money, your sunglasses, some toilet paper, bit of lip balm, whatever, and you can keep an eye on it because you can hold it close to your body. I love the gold studding and the tassels, and actually this proved to be extremely useful at a festival. When I was popping out the press tent just to nip to loo or get some food, I wouldn't take all my camera and my my backpack and all that sort of stuff. I'd just have my essentials in here, nip out, perfect size. One of the best purchases of recent times. I think it was only about £6 as well. Oh no, I got some rings at Primark too when I was in the accessories thing. I think I saw, is that Helen Anders? I think she bought some rings, and so I had a look to see what they had. So I bought 2 sets. I've got them in small, but unfortunately the majority of them are still too big for my hands, because my hands are basically 5 twiglets on a burger, on a flattened burger, and just rings fall off, which is such a shame. So I might have to get those really embarrassing like tubes that you put on rings so they fit. Ugh. Maybe I should just invest in buying some nice rings and get them properly sized, I don't know. But if you have normal fingers, normal size fingers, I think absolute bargain. You get like a whole set of different ones for, I think one of the sets was only £3.50 or something like that. So bargain central. Let's go to Topshop next. So sometimes you have to sacrifice a bit of style at festivals, and you have to wear, you know, your practical boots, because I had got I heard before Reading Festival that it had got a bit muddy on site, that people on the campsite were complaining about, you know, how soggy it was. So I knew I couldn't wear any old shoes that I wanted to wear. I had to kind of go for the sensible option. So I thought, why not jazz it up with my sock choice? So I went to Topshop and found these glittery numbers. So they were just poking out above the top of my boot, and it just kind of added a bit of something something. So yeah, I think they were £7. Obviously you got 2. I don't know where the other one is. What a shocker. Another Topshop thing is I bought a couple pairs of mom jeans, high-waisted mom jeans. I always look at people in these and think, God, they look cool, but because I'm not cool, I always thought, oh, I couldn't pull it off. So I've never tried them. I've always just stuck with my skinny jeans, and I think I've got one slightly boyfriend style, but I haven't done the mom ones. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try them today, and they looked alright on me. Not amazing obviously, but they looked alright. So I bought myself a black pair and a blue pair, because lately, as you know, I've said it a few times now, I have put on a bit of weight and none of my jeans can get over my thighs at the moment, so I did need to buy some jeans. I thought while I was doing it, let's get some that are a bit more comfortable, you know, the ones that don't kind of chafe under your knee when you're sitting down, and the ones that aren't a huge effort to put up on the morning. So these ones, although it's still a bit of movement to get over my hips, once they're on, they're super comfortable and they're not pulling or tight on any areas, so that's really refreshing and nice change. So yeah, so that's a new thing for me, a new style, and the good thing is they look kind of cool if you roll up the bottoms as well, so depending what shoes you wear you can kind of change what they look like as well. My jean shorts also don't fit anymore, so I obviously had to replace them in case the sun decided to rear its head at Reading Festival. So I got the Topshop Moto Girlfriend shorts, and they were in a size 10, so they're actually a little bit big. I think actually I need, oh, I've just noticed they're broken. Bugger. Yeah, that's annoying. As I was saying, ideally I'd have a size 9, but you know, shops don't do size 9, so I went for 10 because the 8 were a bit, oh, I think I was going to get some grazing on the hip bones if I got them. So there's those. And then I think last but not least, a Triangle Swimwear got in touch with me. Who'd have thought it? And asked if I'd like to pick out a bikini. This was a little while ago now, before holiday. So I went for this one here. I just thought that would look nice against brown skin. Went for the medium on the top. The briefs though are very brief, I'll just point out. You can see there's not much room for manoeuvre in those, so you have to make sure, you know, you've kept yourself neat and tidy. But yeah, it does, because of the, I think it's neoprene, is that what you call it, that kind of wetsuit material, you do feel very sucked in and controlled and supported, which is really nice. The top's quite flattering and pushes everything in and up, so that's good. Unfortunately though, it's got markings on it now after one holiday, so I don't know why that is. I don't know whether some of the blacks run into the pink or whether just some of the beach has come off onto it or what, but that's a shame considering how expensive they are. But that said, in terms of the fit and the look and the style, really nice, and they come with this little bag that you can keep it safe in. So yeah, that's it for my latest haul. Tell me what bits you like the best, and also I'd be interested to know what you think you're going to dress like this autumn winter, what vibe you've got going on. I've got lots of beauty bits as well lately through some work, so if you want me to do a beauty haul, let me know and I'll do that next. Hope everyone's all well, and if you went to Reading or Leeds Festival, hope you had a great time. If you're off on holiday, have a great time. And as always, let me know what you want to see on this channel and I'll try and deliver. Have a fab week. Lots of love. Sorry, I'm back, I forgot this. This bomber jacket from Missguided. I just think, like I've said to you a million times in other of my fashion videos, I think orange and green is such a cool combo. So this is just a very lightweight bomber. It's kind of good for those in-betweeny days where you need a bit of coverage but you don't want to sweat your face off. And this was really great at Reading Festival actually. I think that was only £30–35 and that was Missguided. I'll actually go now. Bye.